I am very excited to have you again on today. It's been about a couple years. I think the last time we talked this kind of style interview was like 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
3.5, 4 years ago, yeah.
I remember we're at the San Bruno location. This location didn't even exist at the time.
No,
when we last talked.
Not even thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's been a couple years, and I definitely wanted to catch up with you, on a couple things and how things been going. I know you guys have had some growth, so things have changed at Moe's for the better, and kind of excited to ask you about some of those things today, for the most part. I think the first thing is, I think kind of get into how's the shop been? I mean, in general, like for you, how's everything been going?
Can't complain,
Yeah.
I mean, we're just, really grateful to have another location open, providing the same service we do. It's exciting, there's a lot of stress, but it's also a lot of fun, coming to work every day, you have your people with you. It's been a journey, like you said, it's been 3 years, like, it's a whole different, even like how our relationship with just kind of keeping things rolling or improving one shop to now like 3 locations. It's a lot has changed.
Yeah.
It's really stressful, but also it's really fun.
Cool, man. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Before working with us, what are some things that you guys were like struggling with, do you feel?
To be honest, before working with you, we did have another marketing team and, they did a decent job, basic Google Ads services, SEO. When you guys first came in, which was like 2020. Was probably the fact that you guys came to the shop, introduced yourself. My dad isn't the most educated, for example. A lot of us aren't really educated on like the online services that are needed to make a shop perform well. It's not just providing good service, but advertising that and making it available to people. And to be honest, you guys came in and showed us how, why. You guys were honest and transparent. That's a big portion of what makes a good business great is being transparent with their customers,
Yeah.
Overall, I look at the analytics, we get a lot of good phone calls, a lot of quality service, and look at our reviews, you look at how we've been able to expand. Clearly, you guys have been a big part of that.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's amazing. I remember the first time, I was telling you the story about earlier, but first time I met your dad, I actually had to get tires. Literally, it was late in the day. It was like 7 p.m. or something. It was probably, we guys were the only shop that were actually open at the time. So I called him up, and first day I went in, he took me in. I got introduced to Mo, your dad, and we kind of hit it off from there, man. Had a conversation. It was super genuine. I just remember going into the shop and feeling like comfortable, and it was very homey and like it's very inviting. Yeah. And I think a lot of people feel that at Moe's.
Being the only shop open past 6 o'clock helps,
Yeah,
that definitely brings in people.
Sure.
But yeah, at the same time, like, you come from a culture and just an overall environment where, your team that's with you, your customers, we're all family, provide good service, good communication, and you shot your shot, to be honest.
I shot my shot, bro. I shot my shot.
We're always listening and really no denying that you guys, provided something we couldn't say no to, something that we had to try. And I think that it has benefited both of us really well, and any other, clients that you guys have, I know can probably attest to the same thing. I'm talking to the owner of the company. It's not like there's like a hierarchy. It's like we're all one and the same. And that's what I really enjoy about certain businesses is where it doesn't feel like, like I have to talk to this person. There's like levels to it. It's like we're all just a community, at the end of the day.
Right.
That's what you guys provide.
Awesome, man.
Obviously, you have to do the job as well, a good job, and you guys do that. Yeah. But that's what really separates, you guys.
Gotcha. Cool, man. I appreciate that. What do you feel like the biggest impact marketing has had on the growth of the business? Now, I know you guys went from 1 location to 3 locations now, right? In a matter of, I think it was like 3 years or something. What do you feel like the biggest impact marketing has had in the growth of the company?
Definitely modernization. I think we wouldn't be here without introducing more efficient technology into our shop, more efficient systems, and marketing is a big part of that. You have to be able to advertise yourself properly. That's just how the world is. If it was really just about the service we had, I think our world would be a lot different. And you guys do a great job at getting our services across to customers and making sure that whatever, you guys need to do, because I'm not that informed, making sure that you maximize whatever ad spend or with whatever Google or SEO or any other advertising platform gives you to put our name out. And it helps. A lot of customers, they tell you, if you ask them, I would say a good chunk of customers are through Google. And it's things that happen in the back end that you just don't see. And when you search for a food spot or a tire shop, even like to get a manicure, that shop you choose, you don't know how it got there. That process is super important.
What are some of the things you enjoy the most about like working with us? I know you mentioned obviously like having that personal touch to it, right? With communicating with you guys, the team. But also the results, right? At the end of the day as well. That's what we never do. But what are some things that you kind of enjoy the most?
The personal part's super important to me because, for example, you guys are great at your job, but at the same time, when we have our meetings or we talk, you guys listen to my input and what I see at the shop, and I listen to yours. So it's not it doesn't feel like, oh, you guys are just telling me what to do, or I'm telling you guys what to do. We're all collaborating and having, teamwork. And so if this business succeeds, it's not just through me, but through our team, through me and you communicating. And that's what I think a lot of people miss, is they think that either the marketing team's supposed to do everything for them, or they're supposed to do everything, when in reality it's a combination of teamwork. And you guys do a great job at that.
Awesome, man. No, I appreciate that. Like, what made you guys choose us over other agencies? I know you kind of mentioned you guys were working with an agency before previously, right? But what was it that kind of stuck out to you guys as to why you guys hired us in the first place? Besides me shooting my shot.
But yeah, a lot of people, they just want to do the basic services and call it a day, and they don't get the job done. I'm not saying that wasn't the case before, but definitely, like, right now we're sitting here recording a video, or overall just working on social media, which I honestly, for example, you always get on me about that, need some work, like those things that really like push you over the edge. Some people just want to provide a service and that's it, but you guys want to provide a service and more. And that's really important. That's what makes certain companies grow a lot quicker, constantly promoting themselves, and you kind of were ahead of the curve with that.
Appreciate it, man. Awesome. Yeah, no, for sure. How has like the customer flow, revenue, and like visibility kind of improved since working with us?
We're overall a lot more visible, get a lot more reviews. We were open till 8. We stay open late, but some people just miss that because our page isn't being pushed out enough, or we're not advertising ourselves properly. Even our website, for example, being able for customers to request a quote online, that's a big difference. That's something we just didn't have before. Just all the little things, they compound and they create something big. Overall, that's really helped us get to where we are now, and continue growing, continue improving, and that structure really got us to where we are today.
Gotcha. Cool, man. And what would you say to like other automotive shops or businesses out there, local service businesses considering working with Shopper? What would you tell them?
Number one, it's the right choice. Number two, if you feel like you're not as knowledgeable on these topics, which a lot of us aren't, because it is a profession for you guys to do, it's very important that you take in this information, you look into what they're offering, and you also use it, whether it's using their marketing services, using the fact that Carlos, for example, or whoever else is on the team will communicate with you, whether it's a change on your website or questions about keywords. That really will make the difference for you. If you give them the opportunity, they'll do a great job. That's really all you can ask for.
That's awesome. I appreciate the kind words, man, and the honest words. And, working with you guys has been amazing too. I think that's taught us a lot too, within the growth phases as well, And I think just learning from you guys every single day and how you take in customers. And I see it, every single day when people are in here, like they just feel like they're a part of something, and you guys make them feel very welcome. And a lot of the reviews will say that. Reputation, a lot of the reviews we're seeing every single day that are coming in, it's always friendly staff, good service, like good quality work. So seeing those things, it makes me proud to work with you guys as well too, which is awesome. It's really great to see that. I do want to talk a little bit about, like, for example, on growing a team. I think there's some shop owners out there maybe that, they're in that, like, they still have one shop location, or maybe they're doing like mobile services, to start off. I think building a team is a little bit of a struggle sometimes, and knowing when to grow, right? So for you guys, when was that kind of like moment where it was like, I think it's time for maybe another location?
Number one, my excitement for it and passion for it. Number two, you have to have a great system. And like you said, you have to have a great team, and that requires, for everyone to be accountable, everyone on board, everyone wants, the same goal. And also for you to provide a great opportunity for people to do that. And I think the main thing was we really didn't have a choice, is what kind of I told myself, where it was kind of like, we provide really good prices on tires. If anything, probably the best in the Bay Area, or especially in San Francisco, San Bruno area. And that's really because of how we get our tires, and that required us to sell more. And really, this location that we're sitting in right now is beautiful. We're on Mission Street, area I grew up in, and it's huge. It stores a bunch of tires, can take care of a bunch of customers, and it's like, you look at it and you're just like, you have no choice. This is exactly what I have asked for and talked about, and it's right in front of my face. You have to do it when you see it. And that's, not only, my hard work, but like I said, my team. We all work together. We all hold each other accountable. We all communicate. We all, have sacrificed a lot. Work is sacrifice. But at the same time, we enjoy ourselves and come from a place where at work, I mean, when you came to the shop, you probably saw my dad, sitting with his friends, relaxing. It's like, this is not only work, but this is where family gathers. This is where, make friendships for life. This is where, we take care of customers. At the end of the day, when you're dealing with someone's car, it's just a tire, maybe you think about it, but this is what their kids are driving on. This is literally what, get some from point A to B, and you have to do a good job. If not, number one, customer's gonna be happy, and number two, you might, someone's car up. It's just we take a lot of pride in that.
Yeah,
and I think that's the most important thing for me is making sure not only me, but whoever's, with us at Moe's, they take a lot of pride in, our name right here.
Exactly.
Without that, doesn't matter.
That's the brand, man, 100%. That was actually gonna lead me to my next question, which is kind of like, I think you guys have built like a synergy here within the team, and like, I think that's also sometimes the struggle for the shop owner is like, who do I know to hire? What do I look for when hiring good people, right? So like, what are some things that you guys at Moe's do to ensure you guys build a good culture here? Number one, because I think the culture here is, that's a big one, right? But also like continue to hold a strong team. What are some of those things you look for in people when hiring,
Number one is providing an opportunity to these people, because a lot of people, I feel like, especially coming as someone who's looking for a job, you want to get your paycheck, of course. And number two, you want to feel welcome, feel like you can provide something and feel useful. And a lot of companies don't do that. They make people feel like the word employee. And at the end of the day, we're all human, we're all a family, and you have to work that way. And I think what we mainly look for is just someone who is kind of on board with that, someone who's positive, someone who's willing to, put time in, put hard work in, and really commit themselves to something. Whether that's even just committing themselves to a part-time job or a full-time job or looking to grow or looking for this to be a stepping stone in their life and career. As long as they are going to with a positive attitude and they're willing to do what's necessary, like, we really want you on our team. And overall, like I said, there's struggles, especially when you have like a really tight-knit, my best friends work with me, for example.
Right.
Family.
Yeah, they've been to school. You guys want to school together?
And my dad, there's definitely gonna be times where it isn't sweet. And I mean, that's okay. Like, that's life. It's just about being able to like communicate, talk to each other, and really just solve our problems together. And like I said, if you have people that are all on the same page, we have our differences. It's like any relationship, whether it's work, love, family.
Right.
But if you guys are all committed to one goal, it'll all work out the way it needs to.
Gotcha,
so that's just the kind of attitude I try having here.
Got it, man. Yeah. What is the struggle that you guys are kind of thinking you overcoming, or maybe just out there that's happening right now, industry-wide, to look out for,
With work or whatever in life, it's always a struggle. It's just how you have to choose your struggle. For us right now, it's no secret that there's like tariffs and tires are a lot more expensive. Everything's a lot more expensive. I mean, if gas is more expensive, that means a lot of things are going to be more expensive. And I think the main thing for me, first thing I think about is like our customers. Like, if our cost is going up, there's only so much you could do. And we already provide at an affordable price, but we just do what we can to like, keep at the same price, keep our same quality of service. It really is just finding ways to survive in this world. I don't have like a playbook, or I don't have a direct step 1, step 2, step 3. It's just you have to be consistent with what does good. And really, if a situation occurs like tire pricing, tire being more expensive, there's not much you can do about it.
Right.
Yeah, you get that cost, and you can do that to an extent, and you help out your customer. But eventually, if it becomes too expensive, you have no choice. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. There's no direct answer.
It's just like juggling.
Especially in a world where it's super unpredictable. You don't know what's going on.
Right, man. 100%.
Like I said, the best you could do is come to it with a positive attitude and just try and get shit done.
Keep showing up.
Yeah, just keep showing up.
Yeah, I like that. And for other shop owners out there that are looking to grow, man, maybe like I said, maybe they have one shop location only right now, or maybe they're doing mobile stuff, what is a piece of advice you to give them, to help them, grow, or like what are some things you tell them for those looking to grow to multiple locations?
Don't do it, number one. Could be really stressful. I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Better ready for the headaches.
No, to be honest, even if you just have one shop and you're looking to just optimize that, like, there's so many ways to do that. There's so many shops that on the street I grew up in for work. There's shops that have been there for 30, 40 years. I mean, there's other competitors that have been here for 7 years with just one location. It's just really about, with whatever you got, it's maximizing it, making it the most efficient it can be. And to be honest, take pride in your work. Not, at the end of the day, a business, a job, it's all, for us to get a paycheck, for us to, make ends meet, to live our lives. But really take pride in what you do. Be open to change. If I wasn't open to change, or my dad, or all the other shops that are with us, they go out of business. It's just the reality of it. And even big companies that have survived, whether it's auto repair or tires, they adapt. Technology is coming into the world that helps another shop be more efficient. You got to jump on that. You mentioned systems earlier too, right? Systems is super important. A lot of people, because they have a small business, maybe are a little disorganized. I'm a victim to that. At the end of the day, you have to be organized, from your oil filters to your tires to your books to, you know, your accountability for your team.
Right.
And really just taking care of yourself, taking care of your staff, and doing a really good job. That's really at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter all the other things. If you don't do a good job, you're just not going to get anywhere.
Right.
You know?
You got to have the service down first.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's definitely not easy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. Yeah, but it just, you have to be consistent.
Right.
It's really what it comes down to.
Gotcha.
You know?
Cool, man. Where does kind of Mo's going now? I mean, where do you kind of see things with the company? I mean, I know you guys have now grown to 3 locations, right? And what's next for you guys, do you think?
Well, we'd love to continue expanding. To be honest, right now, just same thing, just day in and day out, just providing good service. We're all, from me at the top, trying to, you know, like work with you, get our advertisements, get our Instagram page, our social media growing, open another location, perfecting our services. You know, even though I think we do a great job with changing people's tires, and, you know, obviously we have to do a great job.
Yeah.
But just little things, if, you know, we can make things better and just polish ourselves.
Right.
And once we feel like we're at a good state where, you know, the position we're in, we're able to execute damn near perfect, then we challenge ourselves, you know, just a day-by-day growth. In an ideal world, we'd have another location, you know, selling more tires, providing more service, better social media presence.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm really grateful for where we're at right now. We've grown a lot in the last few years, and, you know, we plan to continue to do that. It's just when the opportunity arises.
Absolutely, man. No, man, I'm happy to see where you guys are at, and I really appreciate you sitting down with me today and going through some of these questions, you know, and just seeing the growth that you guys have had. I've been super humbled to work with you guys, and yeah, dude, I miss your pops too, man. We got to sit down.
Yeah.
But then soon he gets back, you know, for sure. And you know, I'm just really happy to see where you guys are at today and continue to see you guys grow. You know, really.
Yeah.
But thanks again, man, for hopping on with us, and appreciate you getting on. And you know,
Yeah.
well, you guys stay tuned for the next episode.
Yep.